Right. See, this is the trouble with keyless entry and keyless start. You lose your keys on your person when you get in the car. Right, what's up guys? Today, I have been given the keys to a Range Rover Evoque. So the clutch, the gearbox, very nice, quite electric feeling. Although the gearbox does seem relatively, not clunky, but you can definitely feel it going into the gear. Very, very responsive. I'm really surprised from like a relatively small engine how torquey this car really is. First impressions with getting in, the car is absolutely fantastic to drive. It's got a manual 6-speed gearbox. Obviously when you drive older cars all the time and you jump in a brand new car, it's completely different, you know, you get a different feel. I don't think it's got as much character as old cars, obviously. Electric handbrake, not sure about that. You have probably only a little bit of rev range to really get this thing going, but obviously it's not really a sporty car. This car itself is a 2015 with 5,000 miles on it, so it's literally, it hasn't even been run in, let's be honest. Spec wise, it's got a fantastic sunroof. I absolutely love this moonroof. Oh, it's called a moonroof, I suppose. Absolutely, it looks stunning. I absolutely love it. I'm assuming it's a very expensive optional extra, but I think if you're willing to pay the money for it, if you're going to buy this new anyway, you might as well spec that in with it. The seats feel so nice to be in. You wouldn't, you know, be put off driving this to Scotland tomorrow, do you know what I mean? And price wise as well, if you're willing to, you know, part with, you know, 30 to 40,000 pounds, you can get a very high spec one of these. And I think if you want to be part of the, you know, the Land Rover brand and stuff, and you see some Range Rovers that are, you know, 80, 100 grand brand new, and if you haven't got that money, then you can't really afford that sort of thing. It's also got stop start as well, which I don't like. So guys, let's have a look around this car from the outside. So you got your optional extra wheels because they're definitely not standard. They look really good on the car, although I would have to have sort of like a darker silver or, you know, an anthracite sort of colour on them. Although they look good, you know, I just think it needs tinted windows and it needs darker wheels to sort of get away with it. Coming around the back, these exhausts, I'm not sold on them. They need to be bigger. They're just not, they just don't look very good. Although you've got a lovely backside on it, it needs the bigger exhaust on it. I don't see why they did that. It just needs to be bigger. I just don't understand. Lovely little spoiler on top. I like that. Looks good with the car. The little clusters in here looks really good. Come around this side. Optional wheels are good. I like this kick panel here. Looks good. Sort of goes with the car, but I think this is the colour the wheel should be because it sort of doesn't look right. So yeah. Coming around the front, got your nice little like a gill on the side of it. So we'll jump inside. Just jump in. So inside, this LED thing, LCD, sorry, thing in the front, absolutely lovely. I really like that. I like that, you know, that LCD screens are going there as well as here. The centre console is really nice. It sort of slopes towards you like that, and I'd have to have an automatic gearbox. I would not want this manual. Although it's still nice to drive like this, I don't think in sort of a truck you would want the manual gearbox, but you know, each to their own. You've got your stop start button there, and your entertainment system, if I just bring it to life a little bit. Also, the seat goes up as you get in the car and turn the car on, which is a little bit weird because usually it's the steering wheel that comes towards you, but the seat actually goes up to your original position. Entertainment is absolutely stunning in here. I really like the LCD display. You got all your, you know, sat nav, audio controls and all that up the sides. Heated seats, got your climate control. dual zone, which is good. Electric parking brake, which does my head in, but it's still usable. I just would rather that just did it itself rather than me clicking that button all the time, because that just does not feel like it's holding the car, if that makes sense. Coming around the seats are absolutely lovely in this. I really like them. The back is actually quite big. We've had 5 people in this, and it is, you know, it's still roomy, although 5 adults in this car, you wouldn't go too far in it. But the best bit about this whole car, in my opinion, is the moonroof. I think it's such a good, you know, thing to have. It completely opens up the car. I actually sat in one of these without a moonroof, and it just felt so small inside. It wasn't very nice, and that completely opens this car up. The finishing touches though, like stitched dash, and this is all padded. This is all padded as well. Sort of, you know, brushed aluminium sort of style stuff there. What I do like though is this is sort of a brownie colour, and this is a sort of a sand. But they've taken that down to the floor as well. So the floor and the mats and everything are sort of a browny, chocolatey colour. Door cards and all that are the same sort of colour. The Meridian hi-fi system, I'm stupidly impressed with that. And the steering wheel I really like. I like this, how it comes towards you. So when you're sort of there, you can, you know, without straining, use all of the buttons on the steering wheel. Telling me on screen now not to look at the screen because I'm going to cause an accident if I do, which is fine. I won't look at it, but there's a screen right in front of me instead, which I have to look at. Obviously it's not going to break any land speed records or any cornering records or anything, but that's not the idea of this car. And I think, you know, I think Victoria Beckham designed this car, didn't she? So I'm sure she designed it to be more of a Chelsea tractor than actually pulling any horse boxes or, you know, showing any real performance. It's more of a just, you know, a nice car to drive around in. Oh, it thinks I've stopped at a set of traffic lights and it's turned itself off. I'd love to have one of these as a daily, but, you know, for the money, you know, you're going to be getting it on finance, and I'm relatively against buying brand new cars, but I can see why you would. So guys, I know this one was a little bit different than my others, but I thought if I've given the keys to something this nice and this new, I wanted to sort of put my point and views across on this car. And also let me know your thoughts on why you wouldn't buy one of these and why you would rather buy something else for, you know, the monthly payment of X amount. So guys, thanks for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Cheers.